Hi, hello, can you hear me? So I am the proverbial thing standing between you and dessert. But I'm really excited to talk to you all about one thing we're hoping to accomplish at this great event, and that is drawing on the collective knowledge and creativity of everyone in this room to build a map for LLM discourse. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm reading from my script, sorry. But you want me to read from my script, I promise. Great, so why are we creating a map? Well, first we want to get a broad view of what the current work is out there already underway, which we've heard a lot from tonight, and that's being used to support the public square. More importantly, we want to be able to see where there are the greatest opportunities for impact. And all of that is for the ultimate goal of inspiring projects and focusing our collective energies around building new tools, both that we hope will be generated out of the hive tomorrow, and also for a broader audience of researchers, technologists, and funders who we hope will also want to build new tools to foster public discourse. So a lot of you joined us a couple weeks ago, and some of this will be repetitive, but also new. But first question is, what's going to go in the map? Oh, so that is going to be up to you. But broadly, we are looking at LLMs, tools that support public discourse and pluralism in the digital spaces where people are engaging with each other. So you can think of a tool as, sorry, no, this is awkward. Yeah, great. Okay, you can think of a tool as like a feature or a pop-up and intervention, doing what LLMs do, summarizing, explaining, rewording, that can be either integrated into a platform or as a third-party app. One thing we're leaving out of scope, though, are classifiers, only because there's already been so much great work done in that area. And as far as supporting public discourse and pluralism, again, that's, you guys all know how to do that best. So you could be reducing or transforming conflict or fostering understanding, but don't let us bound you. And I will talk in a moment about the digital spaces. Oh, one thing I should say, when we talk about we're building a map, what we're really doing is we're building a database of LLMs from which we're going to draw and visualize what the map looks like in different ways that we hope will inspire and direct us into creating new work, as well as applying existing work. Don't fall off. Stop that. Thank you, Rose. But for this event, as a way for us to be able to build this map together, we are going to be using the dimension of time. By time, we mean at what point in an online experience an LLM will engage relative to the actions that a person may take in a digital space. So a person could be sharing a post in social media or voting on a deliberative platform, and an LLM can engage interactively, so at the point of action. For example, recommending a more empathetic response, or it can act before when somebody is onboarding onto a platform or just entering a thread, or it can respond reactively when there's been some harmful speech that needs to be counterspoken to. But now, a couple things about this dimension, and this came up in the conversation that we all had together. This is not a perfectly linear dimension, right? It can cycle back on each other, on itself. It can also, you could imagine interventions at different places, and it's going to be different according to the digital space that you are on. So where you place this into this dimension will be a little artistry and finesse. Now, the digital spaces that we're looking at this event are primarily social media spaces where you have the mass public squares, as well as the smaller spaces with groups where you generally have volunteer mods, comment sections on online publications, and finally, we've heard a lot from tonight, specifically deliberative platforms. But we have a miscellaneous board. So you'll see the map is already building around here. So again, don't let us constrain you. For example, we've heard about a lot of third-party voluntary tools that people could use. So add that onto the miscellaneous board. And so as a final preview of our mapping activity tomorrow, which most of you will be involved in, oh, that's interesting. We are going to be putting things on the map, and you all have started to do tonight, which is fantastic. We invite people to, you can't really see this, to invite, to add LLMs that are currently being used, that exist already, that are in development, or that just might come from your imagination and that you think should be created. We also, as I said, we want to be thinking about where there's the greatest opportunity for impact. So we will be thinking about if an LLM were to be created, where could it have the most impact? But we're also interested in viability. So what are really the barriers or where there are the fewest barriers to be created? So we are so excited to build this map with y'all. And when I say we, the we is a lot of people in this room. So it's the host for this evening, Lisa and Rose, also Jeff, who you just heard from, and my colleague at Prosocial Design Network, David Gruning. Oh, that's you. What are you guys laughing at? You are part of this. Jeff. No, you're not. That is the same guy. But you are going to be here too. We'll be all creating this tomorrow together collectively, but also afterwards we'll be inviting you to create all those visualizations. And now I'll get out of your way for dessert. Thanks.